From KETK, you're watching East Texas Live.
Welcome back. Grandparents' Day is Sunday, September 7th. That makes it a great time to ensure the seniors in our lives are protected from nasty scammers. Michelle Mills with the BBB is here with some tips to help families keep them safe and informed. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you, David?
I'm doing awesome. So why is Grandparents' Day a good reminder to talk about fraud prevention?
So it's a good time to honor our older adults in our family, and also just it's a good reminder too that they are often targeted by scammers, and so it's also a good time to think about how we can keep them protected and help them to be aware of like high pressure sales calls and all these the grandparent scam, the people trying to call them, pretending to be a family member and trying to take advantage of them. Phishing scams, they're targeted a lot because they tend to be more isolated and they tend to be more trusting. So just a good time to do what we can to take care of them.
Yes, ma'am. And so what's some of the warning signs families should be looking out for?
So if they're receiving a lot of spam emails, junk mail, text messages, credit card applications, they may have some of their information compromised. They also need to watch out for phone calls from people pretending to be family members in some kind of emergency situation. And then if they're being unusually secretive about communications with other people, maybe on social media, on private messaging, what we're seeing now too is that they're being asked to go to a separate, they may be communicated initially through private message and then asked to go to a separate platform which is less monitored, and so we're seeing some of that. So if they're being really secretive about communications, and then we're always hearing about elder abuse. So if you have a loved one that may be in care somewhere and you're seeing unusual injuries and things like that, might be something to pay attention to.
Yes, I mean, how common are these people posing as your family members and things, these kind of scams?
Yeah, we hear about it all the time, and they still do it today, and they're very convincing. They call somebody and they pretend to be a member of the family, usually a grandchild. And one thing that grandparents, you can do with your grandparents is make sure that there's like a code word for the family that only somebody in your family would know, and ask them to reveal what that word is. A lot of times it's just somebody, it's very, very easy for them to start gaining the trust of that older adult and take advantage of them.
Yes, and what are some quick things seniors can do to minimize their chances of being taken advantage of?
You can get them on the do not call list. That's one thing that you can do. You can also get them on the optoutprescreen.com list, which helps them reduce the amount of credit card applications they might receive. Check their credit report at annualcreditreport.com. Make sure there's nothing fraudulent on there. BBB has a lot of resources on our adult resources page. And then you can also help them by getting on their phones, helping them set up their privacy settings on their social media platforms. You can go into their phone and block calls and text messages from people who aren't already in their phone book. Those are just some things that can help minimize the chances of them being taken advantage of.
Yes, ma'am. Well, Michelle, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. For more information, go to the website right there on your screen.